Hi everybody, this is Reese with babycaremag.com and babyprepping.com, and I am here with the wonderful Kerry Gilmartin, founder of Bamboobies. Thank you for joining me. Hi.
I'm super happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And so before we get started, for all you viewers out there who don't know what or who Bamboobies is, I mean, you probably know because they're everywhere and they're fabulous. But here's their signature product right here. This is the Bamboobies nursing pads that I love, love,
Put your
love.
finger in that little hole and feel how soft it is.
Oh my God, there we go. And there is a separate video that reviews these products and others from Bamboobies, so make sure to check that out. The link will be below when it's ready. So that's their signature product. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk to you, Kerry, about you.
Yeah. I'm pretty surprised to be saying my kids are now 6, 8, and 10. I've been at
Wow.
this for almost 8 years, building this business. I started it after I had my second. Um, to give you a tiny bit of background on me, everybody's different. But I was not one of those planner moms that had the list and was checking things off the list and registering for all the stuff that her sister-in-law and friends told her she needed. I just was like, I'm an everything's gonna be all right, mom, which of course didn't really work out that well all the time. Um, I was really surprised after I had my first baby that nobody had told me how hard breastfeeding would be. I was
Mm-hmm.
really shocked when we had friends coming over doing the meal train thing, bringing us food. I said, "Why didn't you tell me?" Like everybody's so focused on birth. He told me to
Mm-hmm.
take this class and that class and buy this and that for pregnancy, but nobody told me about those postpartum days,
Mm-hmm.
not just postpartum emotional days. I just thought I was so focused on everything up to and then birth.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, there'd be dirty diapers, there'd be sleepless nights, but nobody ever said how hard breastfeeding would be. And I think, like most people, I had a really, really hard time with it. I was not an underproducer, I was an overproducer, which is one of those things like you're always, if you have curly hair, you want straight hair, and if you want straight hair, you want curly hair, but to an extreme, obviously. It meant clogged ducts and mastitis and
Mm-hmm.
overactive letdown, which I didn't even know was a thing until I had it. But I had a lot of problems. When they told me that I needed to make it to 2 weeks, I was crying in the middle of the night and just thought, there's absolutely no way
Oh
I'm
my
going to make it to
gosh.
2 weeks.
Oh
I
my
really
gosh.
was in shock that
Wow.
they would have let us go home from the hospital. I had hospital birth. And I was amazed that I was on my own with this. And my mom breastfed. She came over and thankfully lives in the area, but she wasn't really of help. It had been maybe 34 years since she had me. So I really was surprised how difficult it was. And that was the beginning. And I did get through the 2 weeks.
Yay.
Yeah, it's something to celebrate. It's not
Yes.
a small thing. I got help from lactation consultants.
Awesome.
Um, I really struggled. I didn't think I'd make it. And then things got easier. And then I was grateful, 6 or 9 months in, I was grateful that I wasn't formula feeding and didn't have bottles to wash and that I had this bonding experience. I really enjoyed it. Um, I actually, just to fast forward a little bit, I'm not going to tell you every dirty little detail, but wound up getting pregnant. And so I mentioned my kids are 6, 8, and 10. So the 2 year spacing is one of these natural things where um, you're breastfeeding less and getting fertile again, believe it or not, and get pregnant, sort of at the 20-month mark,
Mm-hmm.
and then have another baby around the same time. So I was lucky enough to get pregnant easily again a second time. And really, every time I'd sort of forgotten. I didn't even buy nursing pads the second time. I
Oh
didn't
my
worry
God.
about mastitis. And then it was like, oh, yeah, this again,
Yeah.
even though it had been really recent. So I didn't think I'd make it to 2 weeks. Um, and I should have done the math earlier, but I think I wound up nursing for um, 2 years for my first two, and then I guess 4 plus 4 is 8. I wound up nursing for 8 years.
Wow.
I can't even believe that. I've never really added it up
Wow.
before.
Oh my
So,
gosh. That's
well, it was a
amazing.
struggle in the beginning. Once I got the hang of it, I had the hang of it, and so did my baby. And then I would get pregnant with the next baby, and I didn't even know tandem nursing was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I would sort of wean off one baby when I was having the next baby and say like, you can have bagels or whatever their favorite thing was, but when the new baby comes, they can't have bagels and they have to have mommy's milk. So we'd move on to the next baby, and then my youngest nursed until he was 4. So I know.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay, can we just pause there and say how amazing that is? Because there's so many moms watching this right now, and there's so many moms I've talked to who are right there with you. Like, literally, like,
It's
the first few
awful.
days, they're like, there's no way. I can't keep
Yeah,
doing this. I
I
can't.
know.
Maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, maybe, like, for me, I had a similar experience. I had an oversupply. And so my poor little one was like sucking on a fire hose and like,
Yeah,
I mean, they're just gurgling and, and spitting up and, and I'm
yeah.
like, right. And so, so I was just like, please, please just get me to 6 months. Please just, and then I got to 6 months. I said, please get me to 9 months. And here I am at 26 months. So just over 2 years. And I'm like, yay, but I was really, I mean, it was hard. And I was really begging for that first 6 months.
Yeah.
So
It also it goes down. It's not like they're nursing every 2 hours when they're 2 years old
yeah,
or even 1 year old.
yes.
They're introducing solids, and it's a totally different relationship. It's for me, it was absolutely laziness. Like somebody would come into our bed at 6 or 7 in the morning, and I'd want to sleep in, so I'd nurse them, and then I got 2 more hours of sleep. It was glorious. Like I,
Yes.
I'd do that bargain. I mean, I would take that bargain any day of the week. So it wasn't it's not the same in the beginning, and you just need to not judge, I think, and not put limits on yourself and say you're going to make your decision every month. It's your body, it's your baby, their decision and your decision, and you just roll with it and see how it goes. There's
Yeah.
no doubt that in the beginning, I don't know of anybody that says, "Oh my gosh, nursing was so great." Or maybe they're like those half a percenters that say they had an ecstatic birth.
Yes.
Those people
Yeah. Yeah.
that like had an orgasm while they were
Yes.
birthing. Those are the people that tell you that you don't believe that nursing's fantastic from day one.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Most people will tell you once they start that they're happy they made that choice and committed to it and somehow got through it with usually with help. Um,
Yes.
and that it became something that for them and their family really worked well.
Yeah.
But it is super rocky in the beginning, no matter what.